The modern concept of well-balanced health may be visualized as an equilateral triangle, a mental side and a social side, each side of equal importance and each interrelated. The social side of our health depends largely on our relationship with others, how we get along in a world full of people.
Oh yes, we all need people, we must have people, let's make that point right now. We depend upon others, somewhere, sometime, somehow.
You take a matador, he needs crowds to roar, ole, in his face.
A posse must rely on a fair supply of outlaws they can chase.
Prize fighters must depend after each round's end on seconds for first aid.
And what an Indian needs with all his rugs and beads is a lively tourist trade.
Oh yes, we all need people, we must have people, that's one need we share. We depend upon others, sometime, somehow, somewhere.
A boss who likes to laugh has to have a staff dying at his jokes.
What golfers need, you bet, are caddies who forget a dozen strokes.
All your recording stars need fans round their cars fainting at their feet.
And what would Boy Scouts do without ladies who they must help across the street?
Oh yes, we all need people, we must have people to make our lives sublime. We depend upon others, somewhere, somehow, sometime.
Yes, people need people. And it's been that way since the dawn of time. Man by nature is a social creature. He's always had a desire to be accepted and liked, not to feel different. So he became aware very early of one of the first principles of good social health. Learn how to live with others, but don't give up your own individuality. In nature, too, there are those who have learned to live together. Birds of a feather flock together. Ants and bees have highly organized societies and communities. There are herds of buffalo, flocks of sheep, schools of fish, and gaggles of geese. They all seem to have a natural instinct for company. Yet there are times, of course, when many animals have the need to be alone. The honeybee collects nectar and pollen and does it as an individual. Each beaver gathers his own building materials, and the caterpillar is alone as it develops into a butterfly. People at times also have the need to be alone. It could be for listening to good music, or to build models, or just to contemplate. This may lead us to periods of great inspiration, and who knows, we may even create a masterpiece. This kind of being alone is usually only temporary. And it isn't long before we feel the need to be with people again. But there are some individuals who try to permanently wall themselves off from society or withdraw into their shell. Well, this kind of behavior usually means that in our triangle of health, the social side is shorter than the other two. It's easy to see how this can put the whole health triangle out of balance. Achieving good social health doesn't just happen. We might say it begins the day we are born. That's when we get our first introduction to an established society. It's only natural that we want to get off to a good start, so we join the group. Our family is usually the next social group we come in contact with. They try to guide us in the right direction toward good social health. And before long, we begin to develop intellectually as well as physically. So we might say that at this stage, it's the family group that teaches us the basic rule of live and let live. Next, we enter school and move into a larger social set. Experiences gained here contribute greatly to our attitude toward society, and at the same time, help to develop the many sides of our own personality. Sometimes this means making personal and social adjustments to satisfy others. As time goes by, we start our apprenticeship toward becoming an adult. And sooner or later, we come into contact with society as a whole. We find it's usually divided into groups. Each group has its own special customs and requirements that set it apart from others. Now, here's a group who believe that unusual clothes are the best way to gain social recognition. Perhaps they wear tight pants or baggy pants. The hemline is either up or down. The hair closely cropped or overgrown, swept up or hanging down. Footwear varies from the open-toed to knee-high boots. But even though fashions have gone through many changes, clothes have always been a surefire way to attract attention, right?
Right!
Now here's a group we might consider. It's another one of those in groups. Belonging to it is a real status symbol. The membership is limited, of course, and it usually takes some effort to fit in. The only trouble is in adjusting to this group, we may lose our own identity. In trying to become a somebody, we may end up a nobody.
Now here's a real dedicated group. They're dedicated to smoking it up, drinking it down, and experimenting with sex and dangerous drugs, frequently with tragic consequences.
Sometimes this group breaks the law. And this is a good way to get that feeling of belonging. In jail, that is. Obviously, membership in this group doesn't contribute to the social side of our health. There are many group activities that greatly improve the social side of our health, and in fact, the whole health triangle. For example, here's a group who enjoy each other's company and still find ways to express their own individuality. Then there are those who go in for team sports. Working together is essential, but the success of the team usually depends upon individual effort. Some groups not only provide social contacts, but let the individual make a worthwhile contribution to society.
La, 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 la.
Well, most of the time. So the choice is up to us. And whether we choose a group or just a few close friends, we know that sooner or later, we are going to have to adjust to people.
Oh, yes, we all need people. We must have people. You got that point by now. We depend upon others somewhere, sometime, somehow.
Yes, people need people. How we get along with others may greatly improve the social side of our health, and in fact, the whole health triangle.
The health of man is like an equilateral triangle, completely dependent on length and strength of each side.
This film is part of a continuing program by the Upjohn Company in the interest of a better understanding of health.